Santa Ana winds are kicking, leaving us nothing but clear skies over Dodger Stadium in L.A. Today it's the rubber match of this three-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Which of these two will prevail? Next on the show. Kendall Maeda is on the mound for the Dodgers in this contest. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, you take a look at that whip. It's under 1-2, which tells me he's been pretty darn effective all year long. We'll see how he does in this one.
Colton Wong makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
For St. Louis, second baseman, number 16.
Underway now in the Sunday finale as the game's first pitch is taken for ball one. Eric, your Dodger ball club, as they enter play here this afternoon. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
After the loss in the opener of the series, that was a much-needed win yesterday. So they can look to win this series and take 2 out of 3 if they can just take care of business here.
And now a shot of the Cardinals' starting lineup is set by Mike Matheny. Steve, what do they need to do to get a win in this one?
Well, you know, they rely so heavily on stringing hits together. They haven't had a lot of extra base hit power. They need more of that if they're going to be successful on a daily basis.
Stephen Piscotty is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. Just a perfect afternoon for baseball. 80 degrees under clear blue skies. Ground ball left side. Turner's got it on to first, and there are 2 down. And with that, let's look at how the Dodgers align on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, Corey Seager may not have your prototypical shortstop body, but he's proved he can handle the position. Standing at 6'4", a lot of people have felt like he might be too big, but he's proven everybody wrong and done a great job up to this point.
Into the seats, 0-1. Hit hard to short. Seager comes up with it. And a low throw, but some fine dirt work there by Gonzalez as he digs this one out to end the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. Michael Wacha gets the assignment for the rubber match in this series. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, you take a look at that ERA. He has not been good this year. Got to throw a lot better, and hopefully he can start doing that in this one.
Jock Peterson comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Jock Peterson.
Lays off 1-0. Eric Harris, we take a look at this Cardinal ball club as they enter play this afternoon. They've been in a serious tailspin of late, winning just once in their previous 10 games.
And the road hasn't been all that kind to them either. They've dropped 4 of the first 5 on this trip. So they're in need of a well-pitched game here in a bad way. So far, so good. They get a scoreless top of the first and now a leadoff single to start things in their half.
Corey Seager will stand in now, happy that this series is at home, no doubt, as you see his splits right there. Wacha comes set. First pitch on its way. And that misses inside 1-0. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your times to the plate. You can't be predictable out there or he'll take advantage.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. Waka a check at first, and the runner back. Nobody out, runner on first. And another throw over, and he just manages to get his hand in. And this one gets away. And he'll make it in easily at second, as I'd imagine that'll be scored a passed ball. Time now to check out how the hometown Dodgers line up in this one. Steve, how do they send these fans home happy here today?
Well, these guys go up there hacking, man. They are dead last in walks, so they have to be a little less aggressive at the plate to sustain some good offense throughout the entire season.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Now the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. 1 out and a runner on second base. Smoke toward third. Taken in by Carpenter. Throw gets him, 2 down. And he will make it back in there. He's safe at second base. With a moment now, a look at the defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, they have a man on the mound, high ERA. That usually means there's a lot of hard hit balls. So this defense, they're going to have to be ready with that leather out there.
Adrian Gonzalez will stand in here. He drove in 1 of their 2 runs in last night's ball game.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
Tried to hold back, but this is popped up. Adams has got it, and the side is retired. 1 left for L.A. After 1, no score. Matt Holliday will stand in here, and like so many others, hitless in the shutout last night.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew working this one. Behind the plate is Eric Summersgill.
Well, I think Summersgill is pretty well liked as an umpire, but if he gets any gruff, it seems like it's often coming from right-handed batters on pitches they don't think they can reach. I'm curious if we'll see any of that in this one.
And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning. And with 1 gone in the inning, let's give you a look at the current standings in the National League West entering play to see where the Dodgers find themselves in the division race. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Matt Adams comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
Pulled toward right center field. And a dive, but he can't pull it in out in right center. And he is in there safely with their first hit so far, a 1-out double.
Batting 6.
Johnny Peralta will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. That's yanked into the stands, strike one. No score here as we play inning number 2. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that misses 2-2. Runner at second here with 1 man out. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
As you can see right here, his timing just seems to be off a little bit at the plate right now. And you know what? That can happen during the course of the season. You're not always going to have your good swing. And he's the kind of guy that's got a lot of moving parts in that swing. So maybe he's at the point now in the season where he might need just a little time off so he can get back to the basics.
Yadier Molina will stand in now, and as you can easily tell from the splits, he's really struggled away from home. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. And this pitch misses for a ball. 2-1 now to Molina. All away here to start the at-bat.
And that's fine, but you can't be afraid to work inside. You can jam this guy. Get him to roll over something. You don't have to strike him out.
Hernandez is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 1 left for the Cardinals. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Justin Turner will dig in now. He's got that average up over 330 to begin the ball game.
Well, it's still early in this season, but if he keeps this up, he's going to be looking to get paid in the offseason. His contract is up after this year.
Waka looks in. Here comes the first pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Wong is there and reined in, 1 away.
Batting 6th, catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
Yasmani Grandal will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s.
Well, he's been hitting really well over his last 10 games or so, and he's someone to watch out for in this one.
Now this is popped up, but Molina should have room behind the plate. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
He's going right through him here in the second. That's 2 pitches and 2 outs. And, you know, quick innings like this early on, that can really pay off later in the game.
Into the windup and the pitch. Chase Utley is around to bunt here, but he can't connect, and it's strike 1. Bottom of the second here with no score. Lined hard toward right center. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Batting 8th, left fielder,
Kike Hernandez set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
And he'll try and crowd him there with a fastball to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
That evens it up, 1-1. One and one, here it is. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Piscotty has a read on it, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Dodgers leave 1. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. We welcome you back on a sunny day here in Los Angeles, set to start the third inning in this one. Tommy Pham comes forward, hoping to get it going at the plate. Only one hit in his last 4 ball games.
Tommy Pham.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1.
0 for 3 yesterday, 0 for 4 on Friday. He could use a good at-bat here.
Big, slow breaking ball, one that drops in for a strike.
And you know, you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
That's on the corner to put him behind now, 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Line toward right center. And this inning starts with a solid base hit.
Yeah, an ideal setup here with the pitcher on deck. He comes through with a solid single to start things out. And now you give your pitcher a chance to bunt you over and make a productive out.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. The throw pulls him off the bag. So definite problems on that last play, and they'll hit the first baseman for the error. Colton Wong will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game.
Not really a good at-bat there. Forget getting out, but he didn't see any pitches as well.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
As a hitter here, you've got to make him get the ball up. You don't go swinging at pitches that are down in the zone and more likely to turn into double play balls.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Calling for it, Hernandez. He's got it 1 away. Coming to the plate now, Stephen Piscotty, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game.
Hold on now, that ball is down and could score a run. Oh, and he botches it. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. And not in time as the second run scores.
Oh, he gives them the lead here on just one pitch. He wasn't waiting around, just sitting on this one, and he's going to drive in both runners with a 2-run double.
Here's Matt Carpenter. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
And now's where he can't get discouraged out there. He's still pitching well, only down 2-0. Still plenty of time left to turn it around.
1 out and a runner on second base. 3-0 now.
And this is a guy that needs to throw that curveball for strikes.
Yeah, when he doesn't have command on it, that's when he has to lean on his fastball. And sometimes that'll get him in trouble.
3-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. This is pulled into right, and that's in there. Base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Well, that was one heck of a battle there at the plate. You know, the more pitches you see in an at-bat, the more likely you're going to get something good. Delivers the sharp single there.
Matt Holliday is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike. Oh, good spot. On the black for strike 2.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's trying to get a ground ball here. He's coming right after him, trying to get a punch-out.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there.
It's through. Let's see if they send him around to try to score. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's a 3-0 game.
Well, this guy's been the heart and soul of this ball club for a long time now, and he delivers for him again. Picks up the RBI on the base hit here.
Matt Adams will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. this is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Puig back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone. And he'll take those extra 90 feet, so put runners at the corners now with 2 gone in the inning.
A little bit of a risk there with 2 away. You don't want to run yourself into a double play to end the inning, but he's able to make it up there, and that puts runners on the corners now with 2 outs.
Johnny Peralta stands in, the 8th man to bat in the inning, as he'll get a shot now with 2 on and 2 out. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. And the runner from third crosses the plate.
Well, I got to tell you, I love the way this guy just lets it rip. Ahead in the count, behind in the count. It really doesn't matter to this guy. He's just going to go up hacking. And he drives in a run right here as he just drills this one for 2 bases.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And this is a spot where you got a chance to put away a team early. So this becomes a very important at-bat for both teams.
Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. A little tapper. On to first, and it's in time as they're finally able to retire him. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Cardinals lead it 4-0. Kendall Maeda digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Well, you know, they've fallen behind by quite a bit in the early going here, so they need a good inning here to get them back in the game.
Waka's ready. First pitch on the way. Tried to golf at it, but he missed strike 1.
Yeah, a tough situation here. He has the long inning on the mound, and he's got to turn right around and lead off the next half inning.
High in the air out to center field. Pham will wait on it. 1 down.
Now after the 4-run inning, we'll get to see if he approaches things any differently now that he's working with the lead. You know, you figure the approach will be similar, but that's a good job anyway of getting the first out here.
Hit well on the ground to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Up next for the Dodgers, the shortstop.
Stepping in, Corey Seager. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
First pitch of the at-bat. Hit on the ground to short. Peralta's there. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Dodgers are retired on just 4 pitches. They trail here 4-0. Tommy Pham come in now to lead things off against our starter, who probably wishes he had a mulligan to use on that last inning.
Yeah, he was doing just fine up until the last time he took the mound. He's got to hope that that was just an aberration, or he might not stick around to see another inning.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball 1.
And for that guy right there, this is going to be an important inning. He's already given up 4 runs through 3. And you know, they need to get a minimum of 5, hopefully 6 innings out of him. So he needs to show something right here.
And a dive out there in left center, but he can't come up with it. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
And after going hitless in last night's ball game, he's turned things around here. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game, and he's in at second base with a well-hit double.
Michael Waka will stand in now with the runner at second following the leadoff double.
Yep, more hot water here to start the inning, and it's right back into that stretch again. And this is starting to become a theme for him.
from the stretch. And he'll try to get that runner to third, but this one gets fouled. Set to deliver the 0-1. And he'll try and get his man to third here as he puts this one down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice. Colton Wong will stand in for the third time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. And the run will score on the sacrifice fly, so it's now a 5-0 game.
Right fielder, Stephen Piscotty.
You want to talk about a guy putting his all into a throw? Well, watch this. Now that's what you call effort.
Stepping in now, Stephen Piscotty. Hot shot down the line. Gloved by Turner. Throw on to the first baseman. Gonzalez will take care of him, and the inning is over. So it's 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. It's the Cardinals 5 and the Dodgers nothing. Leading off the inning, Yasiel Puig. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
And now he's made most of the hitters inside conscious. And, of course, that opens up the outside corner when he has to go there.
And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
You want to talk about throwing a fastball in a guy's kitchen? He came in, sat down, had a cup of coffee with him. You aren't going to tie a guy up any better than that.
Here's Adrian now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error in the ballgame for the Dodgers to this point. Hot shot on the ground is short. Peralta's up with it. Throw right there, and that takes care of Gonzalez. 2 gone now.
Now batting, third baseman, Justin Turner.
Justin Turner stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. 2 out, nobody on. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Matt Carpenter heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Third baseman number 13, Matt Carpenter.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Hernandez on the move, looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone.
He's just trying to get a fastball in there to start the inning. The ball winds up getting hit pretty well, but not well enough to do any damage. It's a 1-pitch out.
Matt Holliday is in for the third time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, and you don't have to look much further than that location right there to see why he's been struggling. That pitch is right down the middle to start this at-bat.
So that's a pair of hits for him now this afternoon as he lines that one sharply into right. And you see there on the lower part of your screen, his total places him third best on this Cardinals ball club.
Well, he hasn't exactly been tearing the league apart, but he's making enough noise with the bat to be respected. Clearly, he's a large piece of this offense.
Matt Adams stands in as he looks at a called strike. You guys surprised at all that that man doesn't have the bullpen going yet?
Well, he's showing a lot of faith in his starter, but to me, you've at least got to get someone stretching down there. Move him around a little bit.
Utley for one.
This ball's not hit all that sharply, and I think a lot of pitchers would have been content just to take the out at first base. But he forces it into second base, and he winds up getting his lead man.
Johnny Peralta is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike one.
Well, even though he's thrown a first pitch strike to about 70% of the batters he's faced, the rest of his game has not been sharp, and he's not pitching well.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
Peterson on the run. He can't get there as it falls in. Yadier Molina will stand in another dangerous spot here in the inning as this ball game is hanging on the precipice of getting out of hand.
Yeah, I think you have to get this guy if you're going to have any chance of sticking around. Even a single here might put this one out of reach.
Watches a fastball right there for strike one. A ball hit hard to the left side, but pulled in at the hot corner, and that ends the inning. Cards strand a couple, but they hold a 5-0 lead. Yasmani Grandal will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the fifth. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Hit out towards second. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
One thing you're taught as an infielder, you've got to go play the ball. Don't let the ball play you. Here, you can see this ball gets in on him a little bit, and it winds up kicking right off the heel of his glove.
In is the second baseman, Chase Utley. Tries to get the bunt down here, but this is foul, and we'll see if he tries it again. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error in the ballgame for the Dodgers to this point. Swing and a miss as the count goes to 0-2 on Utley.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's the 0-2. And they'll try to get Utley to chase, but he holds off. It's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Here's a fastball in on the fist, and that'll even things up at 2-2.
Yeah, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Here's the pitch on 2-2. Hit hard down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line.
And even with our score where it is, I mean, this game is not over. You know, if they can chip away, maybe get a run or 2 here, they can get right back in this ball game before you know it.
Kike Hernandez will stand in now with 2 on here and nobody out to begin the inning.
And on the mound, he hasn't found himself in too many rough spots so far, so this might be his first real test of the ballgame.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike one. The 0-1 on its way. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Here's the 0-2.
Nope.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
1-2.
First and second here with nobody out. Line drive to left. And that's down in front of Holiday for a base hit. And a relay home. Tag there by Molina. He's out at the plate.
Well, he's trying to do what he can to get his guys a step closer to tying this thing, but that time he was a little too optimistic. They tag him out easily at home plate.
Andre Ethier will get the call to pinch hit here, and he'll find he has a couple of runners aboard with only one out in the inning. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Holiday moves over, and that's the second out of the inning.
Well, you know, he had the right idea up there, so at least you know he's thinking. He tried to go the other way with this ball, but he got under it just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field.
Here comes the first pitch. Jock Peterson is at the plate as he watches ball one.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower, and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
2 down, runners at first and second. Hit hard towards second. Well, this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this. Joe Blanton will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 55, Joe Blanton.
Tommy Pham will lead things off for the Redbirds here in their half of the 6th inning.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
And a fastball's in there for strike one. This one's hit deep out to left center field. Back goes Peterson, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. And he is into second base with a double, his 3rd hit this afternoon.
Well, I got to tell you, that's not the way you're hoping to make an entrance into this ball game. First batter he faces, and bang! This ball just about leaves the yard, winds up hitting off the outfield wall, and now he's going to have to deal with a runner on second base.
Into the box now, Michael Waka. Turner is there, and a rather easy first out.
Oh, man, I am not sure what happened out there on base. The batter does a great job. He gets the sacrifice bunt down, but what's the runner thinking? He decides not to go anywhere. That's just flat out inexcusable. As a result, he's not going to get credit for the sacrifice, and it's just a wasted out.
Colton Wong is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
Now batting, right fielder.
Into the box, Stephen Piscotty. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. Oh, and a little Kentucky fastball that time by Blanton. It's strike one. Runner in scoring position at second with two down. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Cards leave one as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Corey Seager will stand in to start things off as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just one hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Waka steps into his windup. Here's the first pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. The windup and the 0-1. Ground ball right side. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
Trying to change the eye level there. After the fastball up, they come right back with an off-speed pitch at the knees. But he stays right on it, drives it for a base hit.
In now is Yasiel Puig, as the first pitch to him is lifted out in the air out towards shallow right field. In there, a base hit. The throw to third, and he is in there.
Yeah, back-to-back singles here to start the inning, and that probably warrants a look at his line to this point. The numbers haven't been too bad all told, but he's got a situation unfolding right here that could cause those numbers to change in a hurry.
Adrian Gonzalez will stand in, and maybe a ray of hope as they get the first two men aboard here. And this crowd's just itching for something to put their hands together about.
Well, the positive moments, they've been few and far between, but they're not out of this game. Now, they've got some guys in this lineup that can make this deficit go away.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. So now, after very few problems the first few innings, he's got himself into quite a pickle here.
And it's no surprise, it's the top of this lineup that's giving him fits.
Liner toward right center. Pham is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. And the runner from third crosses the plate. That makes it a 5-1 contest.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't sure they were going to send him on that ball. This was hit awfully hard, but they decided to roll the dice and take a chance to score him, and it's going to wind up paying off.
Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for route number 2.
Well, I'll tell you, that bat is just miserable. I mean, I think the bat finally just said, look, I've had enough.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Piscotty is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Cardinals 5 and the Dodgers 1. Back here at Dodger Stadium. 7th inning upon us with the Cardinals out on top, and it's time to check out the game summary to see how we got here. Matt Carpenter is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
Third baseman number 13.
First delivery to him on the way. And that's in there for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
Gotta like the approach right here. He's basically saying, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to take it to left field, because I don't think he's going to give this guy anything he can pull.
Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
The left fielder, number 7, Matt Holliday.
1 gone for the Redbirds in the 7th. And here's the left fielder, Matt Holliday. Hard hit ball to second. And this is going to find the gap for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. This one for extra bases. And he is into second base with a double. His 3rd hit this afternoon.
Well, these guys have been very aggressive on the fastball so far, and this is another example of it right here. You know, working the count is great and all, but if the guy's going to lay a fastball in there on the first pitch, no reason not to go after it, and he jumps all over this one.
Matt Adams is at the plate now as he looks at strike 1. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. He picks up his 6th double so far on the year. And it's quickly 0-2. 7th inning here in a 5-1 ball game. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Runner at second here with 1 man out. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
And when you know you've got a guy in protect mode up there, and he's fouling off pitches left and right, that's when you know you can just keep taking him further and further away. He winds up getting the punch out here on a pitch that's well out of the zone.
Here's Johnny Peralta now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Now a ball hit pretty well to the left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
Nope,
that misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure. Well, you can tell he thought he had him. Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. More ahead from Dodger Stadium right after this. Chase Utley steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Grounded to the right. Wong has it, throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Well, only 3 strikeouts for him in the ball game, but when you've got that slow stuff, keeping guys off balance, you don't need to rely on strikeouts.
Waka gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. Tap fouled at home plate. Bases are empty, 1 man out. To short, hit hard. Peralta has it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
The pitcher, number 55.
And you know, he really doesn't have to throw that changeup all that much for it to be an effective pitch. And you can see what his breakdown is so far.
Carl Crawford will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Carl Crawford.
And now the Cardinals get the bullpen working here. Both a lefty and a right-hander have stood up. Swing and a liner. And he'll break through with a solid knock here, his first of the ball game.
No sense in pushing this down as many as they are. So that's a great job right there by the first base coach to say, hey, hold on here. Not so fast, man. The last thing we need is you getting thrown out trying for 2.
Here's Jock Peterson now. And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's strike one. A runner on first with 2 away. Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Here's the 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Two out with the man at first. Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is carrying well. Back it goes, and it is out of here. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. Home run number 9 on the year, and it's a 5-3 game now.
Well, no doubt that's a mistaken location right there. At the plate, his eyes were probably lighting up watching that one come in.
Here's Corey Seager.
Shortstop, Corey Seager.
As he swings at the first pitch and lifts a fly ball out to left field. Holiday is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. But the Dodgers do strike for 2 coming on this 2-run home run. We'll march on to the 8th. It's the Cardinals 5 and the Dodgers 3. Pedro Baez will be summoned from the bullpen now, so he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Pedro Baez.
Leading off the inning, Yadier Molina, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Hernandez giving chase. He can't get there in time, and now it hops over the wall for a ground rule double.
And, you know, we're going to see this happen quite a bit out there. You know, that's not exactly the tallest outfield fence you're ever going to find. So this ball hops right over it for a ground rule double.
Tommy Pham will come forward now in what could be an at-bat that goes a long way toward deciding this ball game.
And they better be careful, too, because they haven't gotten him out yet. So this is no small task.
Lifted in the air out to center field. Moving under it, Peterson. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. Well, unfortunately, it appears he's going to be forced out of the game with what looks like a lower right arm injury. And it could be a number of issues, of course, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. Brian Pena will get a chance with a runner in scoring position here as he'll pinch hit now with 1 away. J.P. Howell will get the call here as he'll take over with 1 gone in the top of the 8th. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Oh, and he misses it.
Second baseman, number 16.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what's happening here. He's focused so much on lining up to make this throw that he actually forgets to catch the ball first. And he's going to get hit with an error for his efforts here. Or maybe you'd call it lack of effort.
Colton Wong will stand in one more time, and fortunately for him, he'll get a 5th chance here to extend that hitting streak.
Yeah, he hasn't had the same success the rest of the guys have, but that could all change with one swing.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. And that's high and away, and the count goes to 2-0.
That high fastball is definitely a pitch guys will pop up, and that's what he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold back and not swing.
And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
And this could really be trouble now because with runners on every base, they've got a chance to really break this thing wide open.
Stephen Piscotty stands in looking to turn this narrow lead into a wide one if he can come through with a big base hit here. To the left side, that's a base hit as it's through into left. In to score is the runner from third. Now a 6-3 game.
Well, I don't think they're in the clear just yet, but things are starting to look a little bit better after that at-bat. That makes this a 3-run lead now, 6-3. And now the hope is that the back end of that bullpen can go ahead and just finish this one off.
First pitch on its way. Matt Carpenter comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
He's going to have to punch his way off the ropes now.
That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a liner, but foul. Ready on 1-2. Hits this one hard the other way. He'll go to the bag for one. Back to Gonzalez, but it's a bit too late, and they'll settle for just the 1 out.
He kind of got stuck in an in-between position right here. I don't think he quite knew whether to flip it or step on the bag and take it himself. So he does get the sure out, but no shot at the double play.
Matt Holliday steps into the box, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home in the inning so far. Hernandez is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. St. Louis is out in front, 7-3. Jordan Walden is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Jordan Walden.
Yasiel Puig leads it off for the boys in blue here in the 8th at Dodger Stadium. And with Adrian Gonzalez just around the corner, we'll see a lefty getting loose in the bullpen now. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now.
That got in his kitchen big time right there.
Grounded to short. Peralta on the grass, and Peralta's throw is in time for out number 1.
Now batting number 23. First baseman, Adrian Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Well, you know, if there's anybody in this lineup capable of getting a rally started, this is the guy right here.
Hits it high and deep out to center field. Pham ranging back. Gone! So it's a solo shot to dead center, number 298 in his career. And it's now a 7-4 ball game. And as he celebrates that home run, he may or may not even be aware that that was number 298 for his career. Creeping up on 300, a very respectable number, no doubt.
Well, 300 home runs is definitely going to be a nice feather in his cap. Some good home run hitters did make it there, so we'll be keeping an eye on him as he approaches that milestone.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out
Now
there.
batting, third baseman.
Standing in now, Justin Turner, as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike one. That last home run, believed to be in the neighborhood of 424 feet. High in the air into shallow left center. Pham sprinting after it. Makes the play, and there are two gone now.
And this is all about taking charge out there. That's the center fielder's ball if he can get there. So he calls everybody off, and he makes the play easily.
Yasmani Grandal is in with two away as he takes a ball 1-0. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now.
Yeah, it's so hard to stay back against a guy like this. Unless you guess right, that thing's just so slow that it's almost impossible to keep from getting out on your front foot.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. One for the Dodgers. It's Adrian Gonzalez with the home run. On to the ninth inning now from Dodger Stadium. It's now 7-4. Kicking off the top of the ninth, Matt Adams, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. High fly ball out to straightaway center. On the move is Peterson. One down.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Not his most fluid swing there. You could see he wasn't really able to generate a whole lot of torque there, and this is an easy play out in center field.
Here's Johnny Peralta now, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
One out, nobody on. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. High and deep to center field. Peterson ranging back at the track. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out.
The batter, number 4, catcher.
Well, this is a home run swing, and it looked like he thought he had one off the crack of the bat. But this place, not exactly known for being a home run haven, and this ball dies out there on the warning track.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Utley onto the grass. Oh, no. Looked like he had it, but it goes right by him.
Well, if you're looking for a reason why this club is losing, 3 errors so far in the game. The fundamentals, they're just nowhere to be found right now.
Settling in now, Tommy Pham. He flew out in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. And here's a ball hit in the air. Hernandez is in pursuit. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. One left for the Cardinals. They hold a 7-4 lead. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Trevor Rosenthal is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Now pitching and batting in the 7th spot, number 44, Trevor Rosenthal. Now catching and batting in the 9th spot, number 59.
Striding in to start the ninth, Chase Utley, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that one. It just got on him too fast.
Rosenthal's ready. Here he comes, 0-1. Not the greatest at-bat thus far as he misses that pitch in the dirt and falls behind 0-2 now.
Boy, when he's got that thing going good, it just takes a nosedive right at the end.
And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
And again, they try to take him down in the strike zone just to see if he'll go after that pitch below the knees. But with 2 strikes, he's been able to lay off that thing now twice in a row.
Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away.
Well, this is what you want out of your closer. He comes in firing darts, and it's a very quick out number 1.
Kike Hernandez will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs. First pitch coming, here it is. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Chopped weakly to the left. Throw on to first, and now the Dodgers are down to their final out.
Oh, what a nice play coming out of the crouch. And he knows this guy doesn't run all that well, so he's going to take his time, clear himself from the runner, and then make the strong throw on to first.
A.J. Ellis will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 17, A.J. Ellis.
Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Down the third baseline. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
This is a little bit of a surprise in pitch selection here. I mean, the guy was just way late on the fastball the pitch before. Why throw something soft in the strike zone and speed up his bat? That's only doing the guy a favor.
Here's Jock Peterson now. Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Holiday going back to the track. Now a leaping effort at the wall, but he comes up empty. This one is gone. Home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. His second of the game, as it's now a 1-run game, 7-6 now.
One rule for being a successful closer, you gotta keep the ball in the ballpark. And he's still got a lead to work with after this home run, but his margin for error is pretty much gone now.
Here's Corey Seager.
Shortstop, Corey Seager.
Grounded down the third baseline, but this is foul for the first strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A swing and a miss on a good pitch, and the Dodgers are down to their final strike now.
He's playing right into that big swing from a pitch before. Just throw something slow here, and you'll probably have him 3 feet out in front.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. The ball flying around the yard in this one, as you see so far there. And a big pitch coming here late, so he'll step out and ask for time. 2 out, nobody on. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
They're definitely making him work out there. He came in trying to shut the door, and he has not had an easy time of it.
And he strikes him out to end it here as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate but could not cash in.
Well, that was a pretty shaky save, all things considered. He gave 2 of those runs back here in the 9th, but he winds up getting the job done in the end, and that's all that really matters.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim 1-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score. So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our tops player of the game.
Well, he wound up being a pretty tough out. You see the 3 hits, 2 of them were doubles, and he was a real headache every time he stepped to the plate.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Cardinals win it 7-6. So long from Southern California.
Our final line score this afternoon.